I think one of the biggest misunderstandings about being stylish or elevating your style in 2025 is that people picture something dramatic. Bright colors, loud prints, wild silhouettes, massive accessories. Those outfits you only ever see on the runway models or fashion TikTok, but strangely, never in person. And honestly, I think that most people don't even want that, at least not in their day-to-day life. Most people just want to look stylish but still feel like themselves. Over the past few years, the real main focus of my style has been intentionality, and I'm very lucky to be at a point in my life where I can invest in items potentially for life. My Jacques Sylvier derbies, my Barber jacket, all of my lovely merino wool knits. These are definitely not cheap, like at all. But the funny thing is that when I think back to all the changes I've made, none of them were dramatic. They were all very small, very subtle, very intentional adjustments that made the biggest difference. So today I want to give you the same tools, but in a way that feels very usable. Not the basic wear essentials or wear timeless pieces that everyone kind of mindlessly repeats, but real and interesting styling tweaks that work for myself that you can also use to elevate your style, but importantly, never feel like you're overdoing it. Sound good? Let's begin. Number 1. Add one intentional odd detail. The first thing that really nudged my style forward was just adding one little odd detail. Nothing crazy or anything, just that tiny little thing that makes people go, wait, that's actually pretty cool. And trust me, when I mean odd, I don't mean eccentric or really loud. I'm definitely not brave enough, even now, for those types of details. We're talking micro odd, barely odd, if anything. A tiny little detail or spark of interest that lifts the whole outfit. Now, I think there are two pretty easy ways to accomplish this. The first is a simple inclusion of a slightly unorthodox kind of odd piece in an outfit. Say a contrasting statement color or a slightly unorthodox shoe choice. The second would be an interesting detail on the piece itself. It could be a curved or stepped hemline on a shirt, a knit with a slight crop to flatter your proportions, pants with an interesting texture, or a jacket with a cool fabric. Even something as simple as cuffing your sleeves with a long sleeve tee. Most people won't even consciously register these details you've chosen to include. I found only people who are really into fashion will understand the nuance properly, which in itself is kind of fun and kind of cool. And that kind of thing for sure will definitely make you feel more stylish. Straight up, it's probably the easiest or lowest effort way to up your style, add a little bit of interest without going any louder or more eye-catching. The second consideration would be to change silhouette instead of adding more to the outfit itself. This is a trap that I definitely fell into as well. I thought that to elevate my style or to dress better, I had to go louder. More patterns, more colors, louder accessories, or just more layers. But instead, I found it much easier to focus on quiet elements of my style, like silhouette. This is one that is pretty subtle as well, so it definitely won't be seen as loud, but it really speaks volumes if it's done well, and again, it's just so damn easy. Just swap your oversized tee for a slimmer fit tee, and just see how you feel. You'll probably put it on and you'll think, oh, that's a little bit different, but it's not life-changing and it's not as big of a jump as I thought it might be. And you can go from there and decide whether you want to go even slimmer or maybe change up the color. Either way, I think you'll be glad that you just tried it. You could swap your skinny fit pants with something wider with more drape. It doesn't have to be like these guys you see on TikTok and Instagram with these massive balloon fit pants that they've got going on. Just sizing up from a slim fit jean to a straight fit jean can get you out of your comfort zone and get you thinking. Silhouette, I think, is pretty safe because it's only ever one of those things that people notice if you get it really, really wrong. So I think there's a lot of room to play around with this and still feel pretty familiar and pretty comfortable for you. Third is to wear quiet colors, but with more texture. Texture along with silhouette, I think, is another very simple way to elevate your outfit without really demanding a lot more attention. By keeping the same muted tones you likely already feel pretty comfortable in, you can start experimenting without too much worry. My favorite example of this at the moment, as it's fall as well, would probably be corduroy. I've been loving corduroy ever since I got my Haven Station pants. I think a lot of the time, corduroy itself is kind of associated with autumn and fall anyway, so it just feels very appropriate right now. And because these pants are not super overly designed and they're black, they're not too eye-catching or draw too much attention. From afar, I think most people would assume that they're just jeans, but these are like fancy jeans, you know, secret fancy jeans. Like the jeans have a double life almost. Secret agent jeans. Another example of texture would be my fluffy mohair knits. I have these in pretty muted tones, being this lovely grey and this lovely birch brown. Mohair itself is such an interesting fabric that I think everyone should try at some point. It's hard to describe really. Imagine wearing a cloud, but it's a very itchy cloud, but it's still a cloud for sure. It's still very much a cloud. What am I even? This example is a bit more fashion forward, I'll admit, given the texture is a bit more eye-catching and obvious. Still, the outfits that I include these knits in always feel a lot more interesting because of them, but I never feel like I walk into a room and absolutely everyone is staring at me because it's such an eye-catching piece. Number 4, learn how to mix formalities. Learning how to mix formalities straight up completely changed the way that I dress. It's essentially the idea of creating contrast in your outfits by adding in casual pieces alongside smarter options. Most guys, and I hate generalizing, but I think this is true to be honest, most guys I think only dress in extremes. They're either completely casual in hoodies, jeans and sneakers, or if they have something smart to go to, they will go overdressed because they only have one white shirt, one pair of black trousers and one pair of brand new black leather shoes. But in my opinion, the best dressed guys, the ones who look good without even trying, really understand how to properly mix and match formalities. This, for me, is where the most stylish and effortless outfits come from, and honestly where so much fun can be had by you guys. As soft casual knit alongside pleated trousers, slightly dressed up with loafers strikes a perfect balance between relaxed and refined. Vice versa, an oversized button-up shirt worn with faded jeans and derbies looks pretty put together, but it never feels too formal. As per my examples, I think the easiest way to do this is to start with a fairly casual base outfit and then elevate it with a smart pair of shoes, rather than starting formal and trying to dress it down with a pair of casual sneakers. Personally, I think one of the hardest things to do is actually to dress up a pair of sneakers. This is really where you end up with the whole suit and sneakers thing, and I am so glad that we aren't doing that anymore. By fully understanding this concept of mixing formalities and mixing smart and casual pieces, you open up just so many possibilities for your style. You always feel comfortable because there's always a casual element kind of grounding the outfit, but you always look stylish on the other hand because there's always a smart element elevating it. And this is really where I think the sweet spot is for great everyday style. Up next to number 5, we have simplify your accessory choices. Accessories, I think in 2025, we're at a point now where they are incredibly important when building an outfit. In fact, I would say with current men's style, they're kind of mandatory. Without accessories, outfits feel dull and unfinished. And honestly, it doesn't have to be anything more than a simple leather belt. If you love your minimal style, I totally get it. Black or brown leather belt will top your outfits off absolutely perfect. But for those looking to add more interest and to elevate further, I do have some options for you here. Jewelry, you don't need rings on every finger or so many chains that you start clinking when you walk. By now, I've had a lot of experience with jewelry, and the most important thing by far is that less is more. And I'll say metal really is the only way to go in my mind. Pick a few that suit your style and pick well. The easiest to go here would definitely be a clean metal watch paired with a clean metal ring, or maybe a simple chain and a simple belt too. By matching metals here, again, it kind of shows a bit of intentionality and pulls your outfit together in a very cohesive and very pleasing way. But these items are really nothing new for a lot of people, so you get all the benefits of looking more stylish with literally no drawbacks, providing you keep it clean and don't go too crazy. Number 6, tonal dressing. Now I know I've briefly mentioned color already in point 3, I think it was, but I wanted to go a bit more in depth on this concept as it's one that specifically kind of got me out of a rut and genuinely helped me break out of just wearing black and white and a bit of grey. It got me out of wearing neutrals, let's just say that. Tonal dressing, for those who may have never heard of it, is simply wearing colors that sit in the same tonal family or share similar undertones. It feels very cohesive, very harmonious, and adds a lot of depth and interest without too much contrast. The easiest tonal family I think to start is definitely earth tones. Greens, browns, beige, and cream. Whilst all these colors are different, they all share a warm, earthy undertone, therefore creating a tonal palette, and importantly, none of them are particularly loud. Blue tones is another simple tonal family to try because of how common and familiar blue items are, like blue jeans. Pair some blue jeans with a simple navy piece like a knit and you will never go wrong. The best part about knowing this is that you can literally wear the most basic pieces, and because the tones naturally complement each other, every outfit you therefore put together feels very intentional and very cohesive and very elevated. I find it's also a great trick for anyone who's not super confident with colors just yet, and it can really help massively with learning what colors are right for you and what colors work for your style. With this, you get all the benefits of wearing colors, like the interest and the personality it brings, but really without ever stepping outside your comfort zone, because the only way you'll ever really do that and be super loud is if you pick a really bright tonal family. Lastly, we have quality focused dressing. This essentially means to improve the standards or the individual quality of the pieces within your outfit without making it any louder. I'm not talking about buying designer or spending a load of money here. Nowadays, there are plenty of great options for you to get amazing, high quality pieces for a great price. This one I left it for last because it's more of a mindset shift. It's not really a shortcut where you buy something nice and the second you add it to your wardrobe, it kind of just transforms everything. It's not really like that. What I find this really does do though is remove all the like little cheap things that bring an outfit down. Bad stitching, loose threads, polyester shine, collars that are flimsy and collapse, or hoods that just look like they're made out of napkin paper. All of these little flaws do add up and ultimately I think can cheapen your look, even if the outfit itself is pretty well thought out. By choosing better made pieces, you're essentially eliminating all of those things before they can even happen. Quality comes in so many different forms when it comes to fashion. It could be good materials, good construction, or even thoughtful additions to a piece that make it more fit for purpose. I will say here, be warned, because once you start doing this, it will change how you look at clothes fundamentally on a day-to-day basis. You start really noticing all these little markers of quality, like the stitching and the weight of fabrics and how they drape and what they're made of. And once you do that, it is over for you. You just can't unsee it. It's like Pandora's box. Everything just shifts. This really all starts with material and construction for me, and I encourage you to go and do your own research regarding these topics. Fun, real-world way of doing research, I guess you could say, would be to take one of the core items of your style, one that you wear every day, go out to a store and find a super high quality, super well made version of it and just try it on. Don't even buy it. You should feel the difference. You should notice how heavy it is or how it drapes, how soft the fabric is, how it sits, how it moves, or just how it makes you feel. It's very bizarre how quickly you start going, oh, this is what everyone is talking about. I get it now. I understand. By shifting your mindset towards quality over quantity, it gives you a very solid baseline and you can really start to progress things with your personal style without fighting against garments that are doing their absolute best to bring you and your style down. To be honest, there are quite a few more benefits to this idea and I think exploring it in more depth could be beneficial. I'm thinking of doing a more in-depth video, so let me know if that is something you would like to see. My goal for this video was one that I really struggled with. Help you guys understand that you can progress your style, you can elevate your style without making these huge leaps that would leave you feeling uncomfortable. If you just try one or two of these things that I've talked about today in the next outfit that you put together, I promise you, you will feel a difference. Let me know in the comments which of the ideas you're going to try. I'd really love to know what really resonates with you guys. If you enjoyed this or literally learned anything at all, make sure to drop a like down below and subscribe too. And if you're new here and want to see some more fashion content from me, YouTube thinks you'll love this video here, so go and check it out. Thanks for watching as always, guys. I hope you have a brilliant, wonderful week. I'll see you in the next video. See you